He had heard stories of the oil company's exploitation, but he had never imagined it would affect his own family so directly. As they walked towards the house, Ini noticed the silence. The compound, once filled with laughter and chatter, was now eerily quiet. The only sound was the creaking of the old wooden house, which seemed to groan under the weight of memories. Inside, the house was dimly lit, the windows covered with old curtains. Ini's mother led him to the living room, where his father's old armchair sat, now empty and still. Ini felt a pang of sadness, remembering his father's warm smile and stories of the land. "Father?" Ini asked, his voice barely above a whisper. His mother's eyes dropped, and she shook her head. "He passed away, Ini. The oil company's pollution took his life." Ini's world spun around him. He had not expected this. His father, the strong and proud man who had taught him about their land and culture, was gone. As the reality sank in, Ini knew that his return was not just about reuniting with his family, but also about reclaiming their land, their culture, and their future. The journey ahead would be long and difficult, but Ini was determined to make a difference. Ini's mother, Omini, led him to the backyard, where a small garden once flourished. Now it was a shadow of its former self, with withered plants and a rusty water pump. Ini remembered helping his father tend to this garden, learning about the medicinal properties of the plants and the importance of living in harmony with nature. Omini noticed Ini's gaze and sighed. "We couldn't maintain it. Ini, the oil company's activities polluted our water source, and the soil became too toxic for plants to grow." Ini's heart ached as he surveyed the damage. His family's connection to the land was deep-rooted, and seeing the destruction was like witnessing a part of their identity being erased. As they walked towards the village, Ini saw more signs of neglect and decay. The once thriving market was now a sparse gathering of vendors, and the community center was overgrown with weeds. The air was thick with the smell of oil and smoke, a constant reminder of the industry's presence. Omini pointed to a group of young men sitting idle by the roadside. They used to work in the gardens, but now they have no jobs.
"We're here to bring prosperity, jobs, and a brighter future for all."
The oil company promised employment, but it was a lie. Ini felt a surge of anger and frustration. He had heard stories of the oil company's broken promises and exploitation. As they approached their village, Ini noticed a strange, pungent smell. Omini followed his gaze to a nearby pipeline, which had ruptured, spilling oil into the surrounding soil. "That's the third spill this year," Omini said, her voice laced with resignation. "The company doesn't care. They just want to extract the oil and leave us to deal with the consequences." But seeing it firsthand was devastating.